right, CSS Battle time. How interesting. That's pretty cool. I like it. It almost looks like the ring dropped down. I honestly think we can get away with what I want to do is a radial gradient. And the reason why is I think I can do the same background for both elements. What I can do is this is the HTML and this will be the body. But what I will change is either the position of the gradient in the element. The body's just going to be skinny. So the gradient will just show up where I tell it to. So actually, I think I can just margin the body down and it'll work. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. I think this will be quick and easy this way. We just need a background, and we're gonna do radial gradient. 1Q trick to make it a circle. Do that, and we're gonna do like 100 pixels of the green, and then we're gonna do our black, dark gray color. We're gonna do 120 pixels. And oh, we gotta put the 0 in so it doesn't blur, right? And then we're gonna go back to our green color and boom. Okay, it's gonna be more like 130. And we're gonna say at top. Let's see if that's right. It's almost right. What do I have wrong? Do I have the size or the positioning? Looks like the size is wrong. So let's see if changing the radius 90? No. 100? Let's try 95. That doesn't seem right either. Alright, let's go, instead of at top, let's do 50% for the left and right, and 10 pixels. Alright, whoa. What broke? Oh, I need an at. That's why we got nothing in there. Alright. So 10 pixels, sticking down too far, so let's say -10. Okay, alright. So I think we're just about right. It's going to be something like -8. Yeah, because that's the default. Oh, because we're seeing the body's background too. Let's say, let's select our body with the second nested anything selector. And I'm going to end up deleting this. I won't need a background selector. All right. Okay. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay. So we really can say at top, which is a lot fewer characters than that. That's why it was off. Okay. Love it. Now what we're going to do with the body, let's just make it black, right? It's overwriting this. Let's margin it into place. So it's going to be like 80 on the top. Yeah, about right in there. And then 140 on the sides, 150 on the sides. There we go. And then on the bottom, we're going to do like 60. Maybe a bit more. 40? 20? There we go. We're going to see where, when we take this background off, what the background ends up looking like. Okay, so it's right there. So let's just margin it down into place. I think if I keep... Ooh, I don't want that. If I margin it too far down, it won't actually override that top section. It won't. The green won't cover it. Let's do -20. Nope, that didn't move it any. Well, let's just see what happens when you margin it. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So we can get it in place, but then it's not masking that spot like I was hoping. So margin isn't the... Oh, I know what to do. I could translate it down. How do I make it? I don't want to margin it down. What I could do is I could turn this into a variable and then just reassign the variable on this one, shift it down, and still do the masking with it. Let's say 0. Yeah, so right now it's at the top. I could also put like negative margin on the HTML and then position the gradient lower, and so then it just appears lower when the body's at 0 margin, right? So there's different ways to play around with this. I can treat it like the HTML, move the gradient around, or yeah, I think what I'll do is all right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into actually a variable, dash dash p for position. I like to give a letter that makes sense. It makes it a little easier for me to 10 pixels. All right, and then actually this needs to be a 0, right? So what I actually only need to wrap, I don't need to reassign the 50%. I'm gonna actually cut this. I think I can put it, okay, and then come down here, P, and let's reassign it to 100 pixels. Okay, that is working. We're seeing the top part of that margin, that gradient though, which is a bummer. I can't change that. I can change that. I know exactly how to change that. Okay, we're gonna move it, get it in place, and then what we'll do is we'll shrink the top of the body with upper margin. Yeah, so if I put it like a 50 on, por qué? Well, that didn't work how I was expecting it to. Okay. There we go. Okay, it's a combination of the two. I got to do 50 and then 80 and then there it is. All right. It worked. We're okay. We're doing good. 163 characters right now. That's not too shabby. I don't think, do I need bottom margin here? I don't. Let's save a few characters. Ooh, I do? Okay. Well, I saved some. Okay. We did it. We did it, guys. I kind of like this of just placing the gradient somewhere different. I thought of this idea yesterday as a potential possibility, and then having the opportunity today to use it. It's kind of nice. It's always fun. Different technique, move the gradient around to get what you want. It was a little tricky, but we got there. All right. I hope you had a good solution, had a fun idea of how to do this. Did you do borders? I mean, the border radius, getting those sharp edges. This down here, this sharp edge down here made me think, don't do border radius, because I'm not even sure if you can do that with border radius. Thinking of it, I'm not sure how I'd go about it, because they wouldn't want to be a curve and then a sharp edge, without trying to mask it or something with a linear gradient or something. So yeah, that's why I was automatically on the radial gradient, but then I was pretty sure I could reuse that radial gradient, so only have to write it once. All right, enough CSS for now. Now to do the dishes and whatever else I can with the evening. Have a good day. Happy Tuesday.